The Green Man, with his leafy face leering from the stonework of medieval churches, is often taken as a uniquely Christian-era survival of pagan imagery, but a northward glance to the Norse world reveals striking parallels. So, did the Vikings have a Green Man of their own? Well, in the Norse sagas and poems we find tales of tremen, literally tree men, or wooden effigies animated with magical powers. These figures, though less familiar than their medieval cousins, share resonance with the Green Man archetype. Norse mythology already places humanity's origin in trees. Ask and Embla, the first man and woman, were shaped from driftwood and given life by Odin and his brothers. This primordial identification of human and wood recurs in later lore. One of the clearest examples comes from Flatey Jarbok, where the Danish adventurer Ogmundur landed on the island of Somse. There, as the manuscript states, fundu there ein treman fornan, och var fotur at heth och mossa vaxin. They found an ancient tree man, 40 ells high and moss-grown. A giant wooden figure over 100 feet tall and covered in moss, standing as though a god, it is difficult not to see a cousin of the Green Man in this entity, a human form inseparable from vegetation. Another tale belongs to the Thorleifsstaðr Jarlskalds, concerning the celebrated pagan ruler Håkon Jarl. Seeking vengeance on the skald Thorleifr, Håkon fashioned a tremathr from driftwood, clothed it like a man and gave it a man's heart. This uncanny arboreal automaton, sent forth to kill, recalls the Green Man's liminality, neither wholly natural nor wholly human, a hybrid straddling both worlds. The difference is that the Norse version is weaponized, a wooden assassin endowed with life by sorcery. Hávamál offers a more oblique but equally telling witness. In stanza 49, Odin boasts, "My clothes I gave out in the field to 2 wooden men. Champions they thought themselves when they had clothing. The naked man is despised." Here, wooden figures come alive through gifts of magical attire, the god transforming effigies into warriors. It is a lively example of inanimate wood being animated by divine action, akin to the way the Green Man gives vegetation a human face. And the idea extends beyond Norse texts to related Germanic tales. In the Old English gnomic poem Maxims 1 we read, Woden worta weos, Woden made idols. These idols were inevitably wooden objects imbued with the godlike for ritual purposes. Meanwhile, Saxo Grammaticus, writing in 12th century Denmark, relates how Odin, by the marvellous skill of his art, made a statue speak when a mortal touched it. These mythical and chronicle accounts show how the image of gods breathing life into wooden forms was widespread in northwestern Europe. Perhaps the most profound example of union with trees in Norse myth is Odin's self-sacrifice on Yggdrasil, the world tree. In Hávamál, stanzas 138 to 145, Odin hangs himself from the tree for 9 nights, pierced by his own spear, in order to gain the runes, the secret knowledge of language, magic and fate. During this ordeal he is literally suspended from wood, and through his suffering he is transformed, emerging not merely alive but imbued with wisdom and mystical power. Here the god becomes one with the tree in a symbolic sense, echoing the human-tree hybridity seen in the tremen, and resonating with the regenerative and arcane knowledge symbolism of the Green Man. Linking all of these examples, the treman on Somse, Thorgardr the animated driftwood warrior, the wooden men of Hávamál 49, and Odin's hanging on Yggdrasil with the Green Man, is the fusion of human, divine and arboreal. In each case, wood or foliage is not inert, it carries life, agency, power or insight. The Green Man looks down from stone with leaves for hair and beard. The tremen lope forth clothed in moss, driftwood or armour. The god himself, Odin, hangs on Yggdrasil to gain transcendence. Across Europe these myths reveal a persistent fascination with life emerging from wood and leaf, and with the enduring truth that humans and trees are, in myth as in nature, inseparably intertwined. It was a feature too in literature derived from these myths and archetypes, such as Tolkien's Ents in The Lord of the Rings. But the fusion of man and tree can be seen in other Indo-European descended mythology too, hinting at something that preceded them all. So in short, yes, the Vikings did have a Green Man. In fact, they had a few, and their entire existence was, in some ways, attributed to their emergence from the trees. But that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, share, and most importantly subscribe. And you can also support the channel on Subscribestar via the link in the description or via YouTube Super Thanks. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.